afternoon, Chamber South. It is absolutely wonderful to see so many friends and so many new faces here this afternoon. Obviously, this 4th Annual Business Excellence Awards is today the place to see and be seen. But other than that, your attendance here says something more about us. It says that, one, we value individuals that give back to the community, and also it says that we are capable of rejoicing in the joy of others' good fortune. So that is who we are, and we are so happy that you are here today. We are going to first recognize the elected officials that are here this afternoon joining us. First, we have Mayor Cindy Lerner from Pinecrest. We have Vice Mayor Joe Corradino of Pinecrest. And we have Councilwomen Sue Ellen Loisel and Peggy Bell from the town of Cutler Bay. Other leaders in the community include Mark Trowbridge, the president of the Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce, Adam Claren, the president of the Pinecrest Business Association, Carla Cooper, who is chair of the Red Sunset Merchants Association, Renee Aldonza, who is the incoming chair of the Red Sunset Merchants Association, and Sharon Haxton, who serves on the board of the Homestead Florida City Chamber. So welcome, all of you who make a big difference in South Dade. Next, I'd like to recognize those who make this possible today, including our ambassadors from Chamber South and our board members. If you would please stand, be recognized, and we thank you for all that you do to make us feel welcome and to keep us moving forward. This event today is a joint effort of our Gavel Club, of our Small Business Committee, of our Not-for-Profit Committee. And I would like the members of those committees to stand up, including Chair of the Gavel Committee, Dr. John Gentile, Chair of the Small Business Committee, Allison Bagwandat, and co-chairs of the Not-for-Profit Committee, Marta Sanchez and Mindy Harris. So all members of those committees that put this together today, thank you very much for your time that you put in. And now I'd like to recognize as well our sponsors for today's event. Our presenting sponsor is Baptist Health South Florida, Baptist Health Systems. And they are at, where's the table with Baptist? All right, stand up, be recognized. It's an all ladies table today. Thank you, ladies. Presenting the High Growth Award, we have First National Bank of South Miami. Coral Gables Country Club is a gracious sponsor of this venue today. And we have table sponsors from Florida Power and Light, Wells Fargo Bank, First Bank Florida, and Credit-Matic. Enthusiastic response there. This is great. And then we have not-for-profit table sponsors, including Fellowship House, Community Health of South Florida, and the Dranoff 2 Piano Foundation. So thank you to all of our sponsors. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, many of you will recognize him from seeing him on television nightly. It is Trent Aric. He is the award-winning meteorologist from Channel 10, where he joined them in June of 2004 and has been serving as chief meteorologist since November of 2007. Trent is originally from Mooresville, Indiana, and he says that he's a Hoosier at heart, whatever a Hoosier is. After receiving a BA in Communication Studies there and a certificate in journalism from Indiana University and Purdue University in Indianapolis, he headed south to Mississippi State University, where he earned his master's degree in geosciences with an emphasis on broadcast meteorology. He was awarded the seal of approval of the American Meteorological Society in 2004 and was upgraded to their highest level of recognition, the Certified Broadcast Meteorologist, in 2010. Trent began his broadcast career at WRBL in Columbus, Georgia, where he was the morning and noon meteorologist. And while he was there, he was really involved in the community as well. He served on the Juvenile Diabetes Research and American Cancer Society's Relay for Life, and also as MC for the Big Brothers and Big Sisters Bowl for Kids' Sake, and hosted Our House benefit on Valentine's Day for them. Upon arriving in South Florida in 2004, Trent was quickly introduced to the tropics, and within his first 2 years of working at Channel 10, he covered 2 of the most active hurricane seasons that we have had ever in the Atlantic Basin. And maybe he's been saving us so far since then. So let's keep our fingers crossed there. He has tracked more than 130 named storms, including those you may remember, Charlie, Katrina, and Wilma. Now, alongside hurricane specialist Max Mayfield, Trent makes annual hurricane house calls to residences in South Florida. And he does this to help people prepare their homes and to get families ready for hurricane season. In 2010, Trent and Max won an Emmy Award for their hour-long special entitled Hurricane House Calls. He was also awarded an Emmy for the primetime special, Hurricane Season 2009, Get Ready, and again in December 2008 for Going Green, an Earth Day special that highlighted the effects global warming could have on us here in South Florida. Going Green also detailed practical solutions that people can use in their daily lives to reduce their own carbon footprints. So, Trent, Aric, please come forward as an MC for this wonderful event today.
How is everyone? I didn't realize that my introduction was going to have so many curse words in it. Charlie, Wilma, Francis, all names we'd like to forget here in South Florida. I can't tell you what an honor it is to be here today. A lot of faces that I've met throughout my decade here in South Florida, and for me, finally seeing them all under one roof. And it's just amazing that in the last couple of weeks, during Seafood Festival, seeing some of you around. There was a Paul's Run in Palmetto Bay just last Saturday where we ran a 5K, and it's just nice to see everyone in the same place at the same time. We're going to get right to it today. Obviously, the theme today is giving back to the community that we all love here in South Miami-Dade and South Florida. And all of our honorees have excelled in doing this, not just within the Chamber South family, but in the community that we all love to serve. When I call your business, please send a representative to the podium. We're going to come up from this side, and we're going to hand you your award. And we're going to get a group photo at the end, and the group photo is actually going to be on this side. We're going to get all of you together. So we're going to start with the Startup Business Award, and first is ACMED Solutions Incorporated. Don't forget to smile for your photo. All right, next up is Douglas C. Hiller, attorney at law. Congratulations. Next up is monkeydough.com. Pinecrest Magazine. And last in our Startup Business Award, Tracy K. Events. Congratulations to all our nominees in the Startup Business Award. We're going to move on to the High Growth Award. This is a small business between 1 and 24 employees. First on this list, Clarence Eye Care Center. Next up, Frames USA and Art Gallery. Next is Suncoast Medical Network. Webley's Interiors. Congratulations. And the last nominee in our High Growth Award is Wire Masters Electric Incorporated. All right, next up, our nominees for the High Growth Award, which is a large business with 25 or more employees. First up is Barry University. Next on that list, Community Health of South Florida. And the last nominee in the High Growth Award category, First Bank, Florida. Remind me next time to sit at the First Bank table. Yeah. Congratulations, everyone, in our High Growth Award category. The next group of nominees is the Not-for-Profit Award, and again, we're going to start with Barry University. Next up is Branches Incorporated. And the third nominee in this not-for-profit award category is Catalyst Miami. Next nominee is Chapman Partnership. Next nominee is Community Health of South Florida. All right, Jackson Health System, where are you at? Congratulations. And three more nominees in this category. Next is Miami-Dade College Kendall Campus. Thinking of You Services Incorporated. And the last nominee in the not-for-profit award category, the Zoological Society of Florida. Four categories down, and we're on to the last one. These group of nominees, the category is the Minority Business Award. And we'll start with the Alberni Cabrera and Company. Next up is the American Chariots Auto Brokers. Congratulations, ladies. Catalyst Miami. Next up is Credomatic of Florida. IT Support Miami. And we've got 2 more nominees in this Minority Business Award category. Thinking of You Services. Hey, do we have time for selfies? I'm just mad I wasn't invited, that's all. Oh, yeah, we're doing a selfie, come on. No, there's a problem. I don't think we're going to blow up Twitter like Ellen did. We might get like 2 likes on that one, me and you. All right, and our last one in the Minority Business Award, Webley's Interiors. Now here comes the big challenge. While we give a round of applause to all of our nominees, we got to figure out how to get them all in one photograph. Squeeze together, guys. Listen to Ed. He's the pro. All right, let's see those teeth and those awards. Congratulations, everyone. All right. While everyone's taking their seat, I'm going to go ahead and start to introduce our keynote speaker. You've seen him work in the room. You're familiar with his company, obviously. Our keynote speaker for the day is Abe Ng, founder and president of CEO of Sushi Maki. With integrity, ingenuity, and true passion for better eating and living, Abe was born to run restaurants. You might say it's in his genes because, after all, he's the son of an immigrant restaurant operator. And today, he is the president, CEO, CSO, which is the Chief Sushi Officer, of the Miami-based Sushi Maki and Canton Chinese restaurants. Ladies and gentlemen, Abe is over here. Come on up, I'm going to continue to read the rest of the bio. In his role, he oversees the strategic development and management of 15 locations that are owned and operated under the Sushi Maki and Canton brands, and he's a partner with Whole Foods Market for sushi stations in South Florida region stores. Through his very business and restaurant operations background, he's committed to broadening the reach of Sushi Maki cuisine to new locations and, of course, new audiences. His business experience began with Ernst & Young LLP in Miami, where he worked as a real estate and hospitality financial analyst after graduating from Cornell University School of Hotel Administration. He extends his efforts here to include the development of Sushi Maki and the earlier launch of Rapido, am I saying that correctly? Rapido restaurants in the Miami area. He's steadily building the Sushi Maki brand the old-fashioned way. Hard work, creative thinking, and a genuine love for tasty, wholesome Asian food and warm hospitality. Abe's knowledge of the restaurant management stems from a long family history in the industry. He's certified by the California Sushi Academy and trained at the California Sushi Chef Institute. And if you've eaten his restaurants, you know that's good. His efforts to create a modern Japanese restaurant experience has been recognized both on the national and local media. Sushi Maki was recently awarded the 2011 Minority Business Award by the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce. He's recognized as a finalist for the 2011 Business of the Year by the South Florida Business Journal, and he was just named part of the Miami Herald's 2011 class of 20 under 40. And he's been honored by the South Florida Business Journal in their 40 under 40 awards back in 2010. He's a Miami native. He serves on various boards, including the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, Business Improvement District of Coral Gables, the Baptist Health Foundation, and Florida Restaurant Association. And he's a member of the Young Presidents Organization, where he served as a chapter chairperson in 2010, the year the Miami chapter was recognized for their worldwide chapter of the year. He's a graduate of Miami Palmetto High School here in South Florida. I mentioned he graduated with hotel administration from Cornell and recently completed owner-president management at the Harvard Business School. That's impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for A. How about Trent here?
So it's truly an honor to be here in front of everyone, and thank you for your time. And I guess the bio was way too long. It's an older one. What it didn't mention is a good friend of mine's board who I serve on is Mark Tober of the Chamber of Commerce of Coral Gables. But we'll get started here. Who's been to a Sushi Maki here before? Well, sincerely, thank you so much for supporting us. I guess today's story that I wanted to share is really about the birth of a brand and a company that's completely South Florida based, Miami based, and the way the tentacles kind of reach. You'll hear today why Chamber South and all the influence that you have here in South Florida has been instrumental. Okay, so our brand Sushi Maki, our heroic mission is to change the way people eat, and we do it through sushi. We have a fun tagline: delicious, vicious, positive vibes. But today's story really is talking about Sushi Maki and how it started. At its very beginning, it's a family business. As mentioned, my mom and dad are immigrants to this country, came from Hong Kong, and the South Florida connection is interesting. They got married in New York and honeymooned at the Fontainebleau in Miami Beach, Florida, loved it here, so 2 years after their honeymoon, they moved down here to Miami. Dad worked in Chinese restaurants and eventually saved enough money to open up Canton down in Homestead. And growing up, I grew up in the back of kitchens. I remember sleeping on rice bags in the back of a kitchen, so really it's in my blood. Some pictures that you see here to the left and right is us at Canton restaurants. So that's me and my older sister, mom and dad. We're all still involved in the business today. In the middle there was the opening of a restaurant called Rapido, and the connection here is our first location was on Sunset Drive. It was about that time where Mary Scott and I, met, and we were kind of fellow restaurateurs, and our first bank account was at First National Bank of South Miami. In fact, we still have our bank account there for Sushi Maki, and it's still called Rapido Corporation because we always want to kind of have a sense, and you'll hear more why, that was a story that definitely kind of keeps us grounded. A little bit about me, you heard about my bio, but really, I was born at Baptist Hospital. Anybody else born at Baptist here? Okay, so really, I want to thank our sponsor, because I'm a huge fan of Baptist Hospital. I went to Miami Palmetto High School. When I first got married, with my wife Christina, who's here, we lived near South Miami, 2 blocks away from the chamber office. And today our headquarters are here in Coral Gables, Florida. So everything that you hear about Sushi Maki, it's truly a company. And one of my key partners in the business is my elementary school classmate, Michael Loeb, who runs a huge part of our business. So, when people ask about, is this a national company and a brand, it really is locally rooted. So, so a little bit about kind of what makes Sushi Maki different. People ask, are you a conventional sushi bar? And some things on these pictures that you'll see is we have some fun with items. Chicken and waffles is a fun roll. The sushi tacos on the lower right-hand side take sushi ingredients and we make it in interesting and fun ways. But the salmon roll, the Aloha roll on the upper right, comes from salmon that is from the Faroe Islands, and it's sustainable salmon. So a big part of what we do is we want to make sure that the seafood supply that we consume and sell and prepare is sustainable for generations to come. We were the first sushi restaurant to be MSC certified, and what that is, Marine Stewardship Council, is it's an organization that verifies that your entire seafood supply chain for specific ingredients come from fisheries that are sustainable. They don't overfish. So we think that that's a key difference in what we do. Also, for about 8 months out of the year, our avocados come locally from Homestead, Florida. So, whenever possible, we believe in trying to ensure that our food supply is steadily available for generations to come. One of the things that Mary Scott wanted to talk about was just the innovation that continues to happen at our company. One of the things we're really excited about is some new menu items, ramen that's coming online, and we think it's brand right. This is our location in Kendall, Florida. It's a beautiful location, but we wanted to talk just a bit about kind of Sushi Maki's birth and how did it start. You heard about, as I mentioned, kind of me growing up in the business. My first concept was Rapido, gourmet burritos and smoothies. We were open for a few years, and after 3 years of business, we were doing brisk business at lunch, but at dinner, we weren't making the cut. So, the concept was similar to Chipotle in some ways, but at night, we just weren't doing business. So it was 2000, and at that time, not to be overly dramatic, we had to make a change. And we were down to our last $25,000, which we put all the money into it, and we converted Rapido to Sushi Maki. So we did everything kind of a really scrappy and old school way. We designed our own logo with Microsoft Word. So those of you who are looking to start your own businesses, don't get enamored by using the fancy agencies. If your gut tells you and your taste level is right, you can really start a business on a shoestring. And that's something that I remind ourselves as we get bigger. You hire people who want to outsource everything, and you can do a lot yourself if you really kind of put your shoulders into it. At the time, I was really blessed. I had just gotten married in 2000 to Christina, and she was working at Hutton & Williams as a litigator. So we weren't going hungry, but at the time, we could really sacrifice and have only one salary, and we thought if there was a time to go all in, it was at that time. So we converted Rapido to Sushi Maki. And at nighttime, Christina would come to the restaurant. She was handing out menus on the street. So people don't realize that our backs were to the proverbial wall. When it came to a business standpoint. So a lot of times people think Sushi Maki was an overnight success, and it really came as a result of a lot of kind of scrappy, just kind of down in one-on-one grassroots marketing. So that's our core as to why we think the business has succeeded. So, Sushi Maki today, we are in Whole Foods, we're in some public high schools, FIU and UM, and this also came as a result of some challenging times. So Sushi Maki was 2000, we converted it, and we had a great run from 2002 to 2008 where we were growing. Economy was pretty strong, 2000 to 2007-ish. People were feeling house rich, and we had families that had no business, spending $100 for sushi on a Wednesday night, but they were feeling, very exuberant. So Sushi Maki, rode that wave. Our catering business was very strong at that time. If you look at what was going on in Brickell at the time, there were condos that were going up, and every Thursday night, there was always a party where there were 6-foot Scandinavian models, champagne, stone crabs, and sushi. And all the caterers in town were buying our sushi, so we really felt smart. Business was great. But, overnight in 07, beginning of 08, that all came to an end. 2008, our volumes fell about 30% in the restaurant business. Sushi kind of had the same kind of, halo effect, or the same type of feeling as, Starbucks cappuccino or Tiffany retail. People cut that. So we had to figure out what we're going to do. To grow the catering business, at that time, we had built a brand new commissary in Medley, Florida. Anybody would know where Medley is? It's north of Doral? Okay. So we had just built that, so we were freaking out. So at that point, we looked at where was there growth happening in South Florida. And we saw construction and cranes happening in 3 spots, at hospitals, at universities, and at airports. So again, leveraging kind of relationships, and I'll talk about that in just a second. How do we get into some of these venues? That's where we really saw that there was opportunity. So, in 2008 and 9, we started expanding into schools, FIU and UM. Whole Foods Market was another place where we expanded, and people ask, how did we get into Whole Foods? And for about 2 years, I would send samples, call, write the Whole Foods market representative, try to go to trade shows to bump into her, and after a while, she finally gave me a shot with one store, Whole Foods Coral Gables. And once we got that opportunity, we embraced it so tight. We leveraged our friends to make sure you go to Sushi Maki at Whole Foods and keep these sales up. We use organizations just like this. How can we get people to buy our sushi? And after a while, Whole Foods realized that we had a powerful kind of brand name in South Florida, and today we have 6 locations and are growing with Whole Foods. Another question I often get is, how did you get into the airports? We have locations at Miami International Airport and at Fort Lauderdale. And, as we all know, anytime you do business with the public sector, it's very political. But if you want to know the honest truth is that we tried, going that conventional route, but it came down to a personal relationship. The Valls family, the owners of La Carreta and Versailles, are long-standing Miami family. They've been fabulous partners, but it came down to about 30 years ago, Felipe Sr. sold coffee machines to my father at Canton Restaurant here in Ponce de Leon Boulevard, and because of that, he knew my dad was an honorable man, and we then sat down over a cafecito and said, how can we do business together at the airport? And Miami, really, as big as it is, it's really a small town when it comes to business. If you say you're going to do something, you do it, you really have such a leg up compared to kind of how business practices sometimes occur here in South Florida. So, if you want to know how we got into, the American Airlines arena, very similar, personal one-on-one relationships, and also you do need to build the credibility that if you're given an opportunity, you do everything you can to operate, with precision, and when you do mess up, fix it fix it quickly, and really have a tremendous work ethic. So one of the things I wanted to kind of share too is we've been in the news quite a bit, and we have some great partners here. And today it's great to see publishers who are friends, John Edward Smith, Pinecrest Magazine, of course the community newspapers, and people often ask me, how do you get so much press? And we don't have a PR agency, and it really comes down to, again, being accessible. We found that in today's journalism world, if you make yourself available, if the press calls you, we return calls right away. We don't try to make it difficult. And one of the things that we've done is, as we've met with journalists one-on-one, and we sit down for the interview, number one, we are honored that they will take the time to interview us and learn a little bit more about us. But the other thing that, that I do is, you try to learn a little bit more about the journalist who's asking you questions. Kind of find out what their journey was to get them from, where they were to where they were as a journalist. And to me, that's been, very powerful. How many of you have been to a cocktail party, and the most interesting person, in the room was somebody, when you talked to them, you were asking them questions, and they ended up telling you a little bit about them, and they left the party, thinking that, wow, so interesting. And people like to talk about themselves, and everybody kind of has a unique story. So that's one of the things. And in today's world, if you want to know kind of, the facts about somebody, you can certainly Google them, and spend the time on getting to know, people across all boundaries as people. So just kind of, wrapping up with Sushi Maki, where's the future? We think that that sushi really is a way to eat that's progressive. It's customizable. It's affordable, and we think it's portable as well. So you can eat it in a car. So we think there's really some unique and fun things about it. The company also, what we're doing is we're adding some new menu items that are very exciting. And as far as kind of growth, we're really trying to push our at-home and at-office event catering. If you have any opportunities, we'd love to talk about that. But also, our growth at our company is probably going to be in the universities and the airports. We've just really seen this tremendous acceptance of kind of what we do and kind of our ideals with universities. And as we talk a little bit about MSC and that triple bottom line of not just profits, but also goodness for the environment, as well as goodness for society, that's really an important thing. You know, we try to give back. And I showed the slide earlier. When we were on TV promoting our new menu back in November, it was right when the Typhoon Haiyan just happened. And we were able to rally and very quickly, you know, host a benefit night to fund relief efforts for Haiyan. So that's just something as a company that, you know, it's a fight to find the very best employees and, of course, to take care of guests. But if you can find a way to captivate, you know, the deep emotional connections with the employees and the guests, companies will really have to spend more time in doing good, not just for, you know, profitable reasons. And one of the things that, you know, I'm doing personally myself in just a bit, getting on a plane, going to San Diego for a conscious capitalism conference, is really to learn more about how companies can try to do the right thing and along the way, you know, be part of that rising tide. So I'm really excited about, you know, the future of Sushi Maki. I'm honored again to make South Florida our corporate headquarters. We have ambitions to grow the company, but one of our big things this year is to make sure that if you want to grow the company, you have to grow the people. So, you know, having our team members come to events like this and network, that's the way we're really going to grow. It's going to be that personal relationship. So with that, I want to thank you for your time, and I wish you guys all the best.
And you don't go far. Great speech. Congratulations on all your success, and we'll see you at your restaurants for sure. Before you jump on a plane, we've got a special token for being our keynote speaker today. Abe, thank you so much for sharing your story with all of us. All right, we're going to move on here. And next we're going to call up John Edward Smith for the presentation of the Volunteer Appreciation Awards. Familiar face to all of us here in South Florida. And I must say he's got a great taste in colleges. Notre Dame for your master's. Love it. Indiana School. John Edward Smith is the principal communications, imaging, marketing, and business development consulting firm established back in 1982, and this year is observing 30 years of professional service to organizations, businesses, and individuals. 8 years ago, he started the South Miami Town Center magazine, which I have right here in front of me. He got it fresh off the presses today. There's a whole stack of them back there by the Baptist Health and First National sign. Make sure to grab one of those on your way out later on this afternoon. It goes by the name of SOMI magazine. No stranger to community service, having moved here from New York City in 1967, he became actively involved with many cultural, civic, and community organizations, and he was selected for the inaugural class of Leadership Miami in 1979, and he served on several community boards, Catholic Charities, the Miami Chamber Symphony, Miami-Dade County's Sister Cities program, Informed Families, and a leadership role with the Switchboard of Miami and Bike Miami. He's also chaired numerous committees for the city of South Miami, where he's lived for over 35 years. In addition to his obvious passion here for his hometown, if you know anything about John Edwards, it's that Northern Italian cuisine is his second passion. Over the course of some 20 years, he created and produced events throughout the United States promoting the Italian food culture and was awarded many honors for his work, and in May 2001 was named Honorary Ambassador of Asti, which is in Italy, and you guys know Asti Spumante. John Edward received his baccalaureate degree in business administration from Marist College, and as I mentioned, from Notre Dame, his graduate degree. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for John Edward Smith.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate it. I'm going to have Trent join us for the photos that we're going to be taking with the volunteers in their recognition this afternoon. For those of you who have attended the volunteer appreciation events over the last couple of years, I've had the privilege of serving as the moderator for those. And you know, I always start off with a quote just to bring some things into perspective. And today's quote that I've selected is from Margaret Mead, and it is, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." So today we're acknowledging volunteers that come from many different sectors in our community, and I'm going to be reading a little profile that has been submitted by the presenter. And as your name is called, I'd ask you to come up on this side. We'll be presenting your award, and I've asked Trent to join us for the photo for each of the volunteers. Our first award will go to Carla Cooper. Carla is being recognized by her business partner, Judy Kilburn of American Chariots Auto Brokers. She serves as the current president of the Red Sunset Merchants Association, and over the past 5 years, Carla has dedicated countless hours to the area merchants. She promotes the South Miami Town Center Retail and Restaurant District in marketing, merchant-to-merchant, networking events, and membership. Carla has worked closely with city officials in a grassroots effort to bring a business improvement district to South Miami. An award is due to this outstanding young woman. Carla, thank you. The next, Lori Kahn, Lillian Gab, and the rest of the team at Branches South Miami acknowledge Douglas Grest's commitment and dedication to tutoring and mentoring at-risk youth in South Miami. Even more important is that he has been a stabilizing presence among the students over the last 5 years. He treats each child as his own with wisdom and compassion. Doug, join us at the podium, please. And as the recipient is coming up from here on, if we have someone from the organization to come on up for a picture also, perhaps the person is recognized. The next is Amanda LaGras, is being recognized by Chamber Member Carmelyn Powers of Country Inn and Suites. If you've met Amanda LaGras, you know that the saying, "Dynamite things come in small packages," came through. Amanda teaches CCD classes at St. John Newman Church, but for the past 14 years, she has taken to the streets of Miami, feeding, clothing, praying, and caring for the homeless men and women of our community. Many years ago, after learning from city officials that she and her team of volunteers could not directly feed the homeless, they went to the Miami Rescue Mission to ask how they could continue to help. Almost 4 years ago now, she stepped up and volunteered as the St. John Newman Homeless Ministry head, serving at the Miami Rescue Mission once a month, leading 20 to 40 volunteers. Giving of oneself is so difficult that you cannot tell when you see her smiling and asking, "What else can I do?" Congratulations, Amanda. Okay. The next individual, Susanna Morris-Tedron, is being recognized by Gabriella Florentino and her colleagues at the Drano 2 Piano Foundation. Susanna's volunteer is infused with a deep commitment and knowledge of the organization's mission. She brings an analytical mind and constructive input to discussions. Her willingness to go beyond her comfort zone and her joyful involvement are contagious and a great motivator to the organization. Susanna. Marta Sanchez and her colleagues at Fellowship House is recognizing Nigel Allwood. He's a big part of Fellowship House family and is always there to lend a hand to members and staff alike. Nigel goes out of his way to ensure that Fellowship House is a welcoming and accepting place for members to come and to receive support. They believe that Nigel's willingness to help, his genuine interest in the welfare of others, and his commitment to the agency's mission make him an ideal recipient of this award. The team at Fellowship House appreciates him and everything he does for them and the overall community. Nigel? The next two individuals are being recognized by Veronica Flores and her team at First National Bank of South Miami. And Abe, you don't have anything on me on this, by the way. When I started my business on Sunset, I also started banking at First National Bank. The first to be recognized is Renee Aldonza. Renee has served on the board of Red Sunset Merchants for the past 6 years and is incoming president. He has been a member of the Santa's Parade of the Elves Committee for the past 3 years and volunteers on parade day for several hours as well. In addition, Renee has volunteered his time at art festivals, the Works Art Gallery, Safe Streets Halloween, and Chamber South Business Expo. His commitment to the community is evident in his enthusiasm. We're going to hold also for the next nominee from this group, and I'm going to jump in for this picture as well. So Renee, just hang out over here. That'd be great. The second from First National Bank of South Miami team is Donald Sprague, third. Don has worked tirelessly on numerous community-related events for several years, such as art festivals, Santa's Parade of the Elves, SOMI Art Walk, the Works Gallery, the Red Sunset Merchants, Chamber South Business Expo, and setting up the Chamber South sound system for luncheons, among other events. He demonstrates a strong commitment to ensuring that everything is set up as timely and effectively as possible. Mercedes Vanderpool is being recognized by Peter Jude and his colleagues at Kendall Regional Medical Center. Mercedes is a great asset to the hospital. She is always willing to help everyone, especially the patients and visitors. She is always courteous and polite and shows a great caring attitude. The team at Kendall Regional Medical Center is so grateful to have her there volunteering that she is a superb human being. John Casparo of Learning for Success in Capel, Kids in the Power of Work, is recognizing Lonnie Roberts. He has volunteered and recruited additional volunteers and organized field trips for students from the Miami Springs Elementary School for 15 years through American Airlines partnership with the Capel program. In his Capel lessons, students learned about different jobs, what it takes to do them, and how the subjects they are studying are used in those jobs. The lessons are also taught students workplace skills that are necessary for any job, including positive work habits, teamwork, decision-making, overcoming bias and stereotype in communications. The lessons culminated each year with a full field trip to the maintenance hangar at American Airlines, where students learn how the aircrafts are serviced. Lonnie's dedication and commitment have inspired thousands of young people They dream about new possibilities for their future in the workplace and in life. Congratulations. Our next is Jen Cross. She's being recognized by Sue Georgie of Miami-Dade College Kendall campus. Jen Cross and her single-stop staff have assisted over 3,000 students in the past year, securing over $1 million in benefits for families. In addition to connecting students with services, Jen volunteers her time and skills to various departments throughout the campus. Because of her abilities and expertise, in addition to her caring nature, students who need a guiding hand or simply a shoulder to lean on are often sent to see Jen. Leslie Nixon of the Miami Dolphins is recognizing Britt Steinhardt. This volunteer has been with the Dolphins special team programs since the inception in 2010. Brett always finds time to represent the program with such prestige, honor, and respect. She has accumulated over 2,000 volunteer hours in her time with the Dolphins, and we can't think of another person better of a deserving award. Cheryl Rosen is being recognized by Nikki Spitzer of Nikki's Place at Salon Trio. Cheryl has been on numerous committees dedicated to fundraising for the Brett Shear congregation for well over 25 years. Cheryl is one of the head chairs organizing furniture, decor, and catering every year for the JCC Women's Day Book Fair luncheon of up to 500 women. Cheryl has run a Relay for Life team at Baptist Hospital for 8 years. Congratulations, Cheryl. Jean Tong Nun is being recognized by Joanne Parnes of Palmetto Bay Events and Palmetto Bay Village Center. Since its inception in 2011, Jean has been a prime mover in the Cutler Bay Business Association Taste of the Bay Festival, benefiting local schools. For the past 8 years, she has been an integral member of the Palmetto Bay Cutler Bay Relay for Life, serving on and chairing the steering committee for much of that time. Her commitment to health and well-being of the South Dade community is without equal. Accepting on behalf of Jean Tong Nun is Peggy Bell, council member for the town of Cutler Bay. Next up, Lieutenant Colonel Emily Matthews is being recognized by Freddie Ambrose of Thinking for You Services. Lieutenant Colonel Matthews has been an avid supporter of Thinking of You Services. On different occasions, she gave monetary or in-kind donations to this nonprofit organization, which reaches out to service personnel, their families, veterans, and the community. She has also helped out at their fundraising picnics and persuaded young members of the United Youth in Action group to participate. We've got a great group going over here. That's awesome. All right, and the last individual to be recognized today is Pilar Montez. How to wait for that table. Okay. And the recognition is being given not only by her colleagues at First Bank, Florida, but also by immediate past chair of Chamber South's Military Affairs Committee, Phil Lyons, and the Mayor, Cindy Lerner, of the Village of Pinecrest. Mayor Lerner tells us that Pilar has become a significant sponsor of events throughout the community, supporting Pinecrest schools, cultural events, and youth sports. She has shown leadership in military affairs programs as well, and has helped coordinate the Pinecrest Veterans Day event this year. Phil Lyons notes that Pilar has stepped up to the chair-elect position of Chamber South's Military Affairs Committee. She has coordinated a barbecue for veterans at the VA Hospital's nursing home and is spearheading this year's Chamber South Military Golf Tournament. Her colleagues tell us of many of Pilar's volunteer positions, which include the Chamber South 42nd Annual South Miami Art Festival, assisting JROTC with awards and inspection days, sponsoring in conjunction with West Kendall Baptist the Military and Family Appreciation Dinners, volunteering with Toys for Tots, participating in the Relay for Life, co-sponsoring the Fashion at the Gardens to raise funds for public elementary, middle, and high schools in Pinecrest and Palmetto Bay, donated uniforms for the women's softball team, participated in Tremendous Day and planted trees and shrubs at Coral Park. In addition to her involvement with Chamber South, Pilar is a member of the Palmetto Bay Business Association, Vice President of the Pinecrest BNI chapter, and Treasurer of the Gables Grove Toastmasters. Congratulations, Pilar. And with that, we conclude this year's Volunteer Recognition Awards. And again, let's give a big round of applause to all those who have been acknowledged. And listen again to the words of Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day, and go out and serve the community. We're going to get a group picture, I guess, over here, right?
John, don't go far. Come back on stage and join me on that. Thank you very much for everything this afternoon. We want to present this to you as a little token of our appreciation.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Again, the presentation of volunteer recognition, John Eversmith, everyone. All right, at this time, it's presentation of the stars, and for that, I'm going to turn it over to the Chamber South President, Mary Scott Russell. Mary, come on up.
Hello, and thank you all for being here today. I'd like to invite my colleague and the president, my counterpart in Coral Gables, Mark Trowbridge of the Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce, up to join me. He's going to bring you a brief welcome from the city of Coral Gables and the Coral Gables Chamber.
Thank you, beautiful. Well, hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the City Beautiful. So today I've decided the reason that we are the City Beautiful is because we have great partnerships and alliances like our chamber does with Chamber South and like I get to have with my great and wonderful colleague, Mary Scott Russell. So thank you very much on behalf of our chamber and many of the faces that are being recognized today and the people who are doing great work. We're very fortunate that they're engaged with us here in the chamber. I want to recognize one specific person who is our incoming chair of the chamber, Linda Knudsen from Baptist Health, South Florida. Linda becomes chair of our chamber on September 1st, so provide her some continued good support and good wishes and we thank your entire team here from Baptist for doing that. But most importantly, I want to thank all of you for the good work you're doing. I know we're going to honor some outstanding businesses. Last year I was fortunate enough to be asked to be a judge, and let me tell you, it was a very, very hard bit of work for me to do because folks in this room and in our community work so diligently every single day to bring great companies here, to grow our economy, and to really make a difference, as you just saw with the volunteers. So Mary Scott, thank you very much. And again, greetings from the city beautiful Coral Gables.
I'm going to ask the following people to join me up here. Just step up for a moment and I'll explain what I'm doing. Doug Hiller, Patrick Corey, Phil Lyons, and Elizabeth La Rosa, Ellie. And Alvaro Bruce isn't here, so he's not going to be joining us. If the four of you could join me up here, please. What I'm doing is giving a small token of our appreciation to these leaders for their volunteer chairmanship of several boards here at Chamber South. Doug chaired the Ambassadors Committee for us last year. Thank you, Doug. We just returned from running a marathon with you. Welcome back. Patrick Corey took the reins from Joe Gallagher and chaired our Chamber Next Committee this past year. Phil Lyons handed over the reins this year to Ken Kistner, who served with dignity and honor as our Military Affairs Committee chair for 2 years, and now represents our Military Affairs Committee on the county's Military Affairs Board. So Phil Lyons, thank you for your work. And Elena Rosa chaired our trustee committee and saw us through one of our most successful and productive years to date in that committee. So Elena, you've done an outstanding job, and we thank you for your leadership. They're all being presented a small token. I want to thank them, and while I'm at it, thank the board members who also serve Chamber South tirelessly as volunteers, and that term is much longer than this one. So you all have our sincere gratitude as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mary. Appreciate that. And I believe it's that time to move on to the awards. We met the nominees early in all the categories. So we'll start off with here today, the Startup Business Award. We'll get going. The winner of the Startup Business Award is a membership club that allows members to save thousands at restaurants, shopping, movies, and monthly cellular service, not to mention travel, entertainment, groceries, and so much more. A portion of every membership goes to their nonprofit partners for as long as that person is a member. They have also launched several new benefits, such as discount online shopping cashback programs, a national discount prescription card, and a life insurance program that are completely free and where one does not have to be a member to participate. These programs also raise funds for the nonprofit partners. Our winner is unique in the way they have discounts on almost everything you and I do every day. Those discounts can be used anytime and as often as you like. There's no expiration or hoops to jump through. They're extremely unique in the way they want to support the entire community. Do you know of any other program that increases businesses to the local merchants and saves people money at the same time, all while giving back to the community and charities? Our winner has hard work to define who they are and what their mission is. It's no longer just to raise money, but to support communities such as the merchants, the consumers, and charities, and to help promote the great stories of their nonprofit partners. The winner of the Startup Business Award is monkeydough.com. And you guys probably recognize Zach here. Zach is stepping in for Rob, who's down at the fundraising unit, correct? All right. Zach Hall, thank you for stepping in. The Not-for-Profit Reward. The winner was founded in 1973 to serve as the arm of a larger regional nonprofit. Their mission and program activities extend the mission of the local nonprofit by helping our disadvantaged community members improve their situation. Our winners program includes the GROW program, which serves elementary students, preparing them for long-time success through enrichments of their minds, bodies, and hearts. The CLIMB program helps middle and high school students develop their individual assets in order to maximize opportunities to become better students and better people. The Achieve programs provide a continuum of financial services that equips and enables families to achieve increased financial stability, long-term success in life, including the Assets Small Business Program. The Ways to Work Car Loan Program, the Vita-Free Tax Prep Program, and Hunger Relief. Our winner depends on volunteers to provide all of its service, from after-school programs to hunger relief. Last Thanksgiving, over 1,500 volunteers helped them cook, package, and deliver nearly 6,400 meals. Our winner promotes and markets itself in their program activities through their website, social media, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, newsletters, brochures, and radio and TV guest programs, local chambers, and press releases. Their staff participates actively in civic activities and obviously here in their local communities. Their program actively participates in their communities where their winner holds an annual benefit dinner and auction where they celebrate their supporters and success of their clients while simultaneously raising program support. Our winner improves the quality of life of its clients by providing life-changing opportunities for them to become better educated, more financially stable and secure, and to make long-term positive life choices. When community members live well, the quality of life of the community at large is also enhanced. Our winner of the Not-for-Profit Award, Branches Incorporated. Okay. All right, we're going to move on to the Minority Business Award. And this year, our top contenders were so close that we're actually issuing 2 Minority Business Awards. The first one, this winner believes that a challenge is only an opportunity for improvement. As such, one of the main challenges that this company has faced as a minority business is competing with major institutions that offer similar services to commercial customers. While this business has a very large market share in Latin America, our winner has realized the need to create a niche here in the U.S. marketplace by offering competitive and transparent pricing to businesses. In addition, this business has also created a gold standard in offering superior customer service. The next challenge this business has faced is competing for qualified bilingual talent. Our winner offers a competitive benefits and compensation plan to ensure the best and brightest feel intellectually challenged and welcome. A final challenge this business faces is how to retain this fantastic talent. Our winner has created a promote from within culture whereby many employees have been able to receive numerous promotions and pay raises moving up within the company. This business shows their appreciation to their employees with promotions and trainings, as well as extensive community involvement that sets them apart from the competition. Our winner's quarterly newsletter features a community involvement section whereby their partners are invited to participate in community events, including the Peruvian Gastronomy Association, the chamber events, and business expos. This business also sponsors tournaments and seeks additional donations and sponsorship opportunities from the partners to support their causes. The first of 2 winners here in the Minority Business Award goes to Credomatic of Florida. All right, as I mentioned, we actually have 2 winners in this category for Minority Business Award. The next one, not only is this winner a minority company, they're also a small company as well. In an ever-changing business, they're required to know products, prices, and the availability of multiple brands. This is not like their big business counterparts who sell the products from one market within the industry. Also, they have to operate their business just as the larger ones do, and making sure they're licensed by the state of Florida, that they're responsible for all the financial dealings, deliveries, and ensuring ultimate customer satisfaction. Our winner depends greatly on repeat business and loyal customers who are a big part of their overall customer base. They do not receive financial support from manufacturers that provide advertising, training, or other incentives. Although they're small, their company does the work of a manager, appraiser, security, receptionist, secretary, salesperson. It's a lot. Being a woman-run business that is normally operated by men, our winner has had to overcome the stigma of just that. It is a male-dominated business. On a level playing field, the advantages in dealing with a business is based on a personal relationship a winner establishes with each customer. Their primary goal of repeat service is the main focus and the most important part of their business. This company encourages other minority businesses by making them aware of all business organizations on their social media sites that are available to them to make them feel as if they're putting them on a level playing field and helping compete with the non-minority businesses. Our winner, the second one in this category, is the American Chariot Auto Brokers. Now, with that Minority Business Award, one of the reasons we were able to give out 2 awards is the businesses were so different. And one, the Credomatic, is a large business with hundreds of employees, where the last one, the American Chariot Auto Brokers, just 2 employees. So quite the difference, 2 fantastic businesses. Let's hear it again for both of our minority businesses. For the next few awards, I'm going to hand it over to Veronica Flores, if she can come on up. Past chair of the Chamber of South and executive vice president of First National Bank of South Miami, she's here to present the High Growth Awards.
Thank you, sir.
Veronica will be right back.
Technical difficulty. I guess they knew that in high school I won first place in the state. Of course, my colleagues wouldn't be surprised to know this in extemporaneous speaking, but I would do no justice to our winners if I were speaking extemporaneously, so I'll use a script. But I agree with what you said, Mark, earlier, and how difficult it is to judge. I had the honor of being one of the judges this year, and gosh, it's very, very difficult. So we do have 2 wonderful people, organizations to recognize, and I have the big honor of first recognizing the High Growth Award for small businesses. Small businesses being 1 to 24 employees. Over the past 2 years, our winner has made a conscious decision to take their profits and invest them back into their business. They upgraded their office technology, including implementing electronic medical records. This was a major change for a business that has been around for more than 32 years, and used it in a way to, it made a big change in the way they were doing things. Although investing more in your business isn't always friendly, and it's not always easy, our winner tells us it has paid off for them. Not only does it make them more efficient and tech savvy, it allows them to see more customers in a day, which will only increase profits even more. In fact, The office has seen increased revenue in January and February of 2014. They are eager to see what the rest of the year will hold. Over the past year, our winner implemented robust internal internet-based marketing strategies. Components of this plan include updating their website, becoming active in social media campaigns through the creation of a blog, Twitter presence, and Facebook fan pages, as well as implementing an email and web-based patient communication service. Few companies can boast the longevity of their staff like our winner. Half of their non-family employees have been at the office for their entire careers, a combined 57 years, a true testament to the attraction and retention of this local talent. As far as local resources, our winner utilizes as many local vendors as possible, even down to their graphic designer, IT support, and office supply companies. They believe in order to be successful in your community, you have to support your community. I'm very proud to announce our winner, Clarence Eye Care Center. Congratulations, and it's been a pleasure to know you through Chamber, and it's great to see a family business continue to succeed in the second generation. I know Adam's dad started the business a long time ago, so it's a wonderful thing to see. Our next winner in High Growth Award in the large business with 25 or more employees. With 4 new facilities in the time span of about 1 year. I think I could just stop right there because that's pretty incredible. Our winner has had to be diligent, resourceful, and prudent with its cash flow. It has been successful in obtaining a number of grants to assist and with growth and strategize to maximize its existing resources and infrastructure to help with the expansion. In addition, its management team meets on a weekly basis to finance meetings to discuss strategy and challenges they face. Our winner has also implemented Lean Six Sigma techniques to help manage the rapid expansion, big projects, and ensure their processes are data-driven and results are oriented. They have also recently redesigned their strategy plan to help streamline the focus resources in the most needed areas. The new plan is also more data-driven, structured towards performance improvements. Beyond this, our winner's management team has been on a journey to excellence with regular leadership development training. They have been working with the Studer Group for 4 years to enrich their customer service experience. Now Sterling Training is an additional enhancement to the journey to excellence. Our winner has also beefed up its communications and marketing departments to achieve and to do public relations in order to increase visibility of the company and drive more customers into the newly opened facilities, as well as existing ones. Internal communications have also been a key in ensuring that all employees are aware of the changes, the growth, and it's very important for training the many new employees that have come with the expansion in the past years. Our winner works very hard to recruit the best and the brightest employees. They advertise in various venues and reach out to a diverse candidate pool via job fairs throughout the region. In addition, they provide a great benefits package and a fulfilling environment of employees to work. These strategies have been critical with the rapid expansion from 7 to now nearly 11 healthcare centers and 42 school-based centers. It is my distinct honor and privilege to present to you Community Health of South Florida. Of course, our past chairman of Chamber South, Colonel Rhodes. Thank you.
past board member May Owens, would you join us too, please, for the photo? Blake Oliver, Romita, the whole CHI staff. Come on up, family.
Well, this time it's time to invite someone else up on stage to present the Business Champion Award. I'd like to invite Marcia Tejada, the co-chair of the Cambridge South Education and Business Coalition and Government and Community Relations Manager. She's going to help us give away this Business Champion Award. Marcia.
Before Marcia takes the stand, I wanted to acknowledge the Dranoff 2 Piano Foundation. With each volunteer recognition award, we gave a box today from Chambers South and the Not-for-Profit Committee. But Dranoff 2 donated a pair of tickets to each of those winners today to attend one of their beautiful concerts as their guests. So Gabrielle, thank you very much. Thank you to Dranoff for that lovely, lovely gesture. We really appreciate it very much.
And before you take over, our title sponsor, Baptist. Thank you very much, Marcia.
I'm honored to be here and represent Baptist Health. I don't know whether Abe is still here, but Abe, thank you for that awesome story wherever you are. Great sushi and for the wisdom he shared. And I want to congratulate all of the winners. You volunteers make our community a better place. Businesses that were all recognized today, you are a part of Chambers South, and you too make our community a better place. So congratulations to all the winners. I have the privilege now of telling you a little bit about our winner, and everyone was a winner, I must tell you that. Each business was that was nominated was excellent. To tell you a little bit about our winner, he's been able to grow his customer volume in the past year by implementing a rigorous loyalty program. The company has remained focused on creating a first-class relationship manager program to continuously support excellence to their customers, to their service, and to their customer base through full disclosure statements, state-of-the-art products, and continuous 24/7 bilingual customer support. This unique relationship manager structure has afforded our winner to become a gold standard among their industry. The company has also been able to achieve a substantial sales objective in the past year, namely in the restaurant and aviation industry. Specifically, our winner has executed an agreement with TACO and Avianca Airlines, a major airline in Latin America. Our winner treats his employees like family, and I think that this is probably a similar concept that we heard Abe speak about this morning. He has extensive customer service and product training. Training sessions are meant as an add-on to the vigorous 5-day training sessions that are given to all new employees. Finally, our winner also offers all of the sales force and supporting staff a full benefit package, including health, so you know that the company takes care of their employees. Obviously, they do think of them as family. They contribute to the 401k plan. The company fosters employees' ability to give back to the community by participating in a number of community service initiatives, including the corporate run, walks, food drives, and tournaments on benefits foundations such as leukemia, lymphoma, cure diabetes, National Multiple Sclerosis Society, Children with Cancer, and Drug-Free Coalition. I don't know how they have time to do all those things. Please help me congratulate Credimatic of Florida.
I've been asked to keep this very brief, but Gonzalo Ruiz, he's our director at Credematic Merchant Services, and he really has been the person that has driven this whole organization to what it has become today here in Miami. We are a big organization in Latin America, but we grew very, very slowly, and we have really made a name for ourselves here in the community. He is an amazing force, and it is true, I do not know how he has time to do all those things. But he had a family emergency, unfortunately was here earlier, and he had to leave. But I'm sure that he will be very, 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 very happy and proud to receive this award. Thank you.
We're going to get a group photo here real fast. Marcia, thank you very much. You're in Baptist South Florida for that. Let's hear it one more time for all of our winners. Congratulations. A couple of quick reminders here before we wrap things up. Don't forget your South Miami Town Center magazine. They're on the table over there by the Baptist and First National Bank banners. Make sure you grab those. It looks fantastic, fresh off the presses. And we also like to give a special thank you to all the sponsors that made today's event possible. Baptist Health South Florida, First National Bank of South Miami, Coral Gables Country Club, yes, round of applause for everybody here. Florida Power and Light, Wells Fargo Bank, First Bank Florida, Credematic of Florida, Fellowship House, Community Health of South Florida, or CHI, Dranoff 2 Piano Foundation, and to our Chamber South paparazzi, Karen and Ed of All-Star Event Photography. You guys have done a fantastic job. They'll have all their photos online today and all the Chow Chamber events. And thank you very much for everything, guys, all the sponsors, everyone. Thank you for what you do for our community here in South Florida. Hope you have a great day. Thank you.
Let us not neglect to thank Trent and Aric for his wonderful MC today. And we have a small token of appreciation for you.
And Team Chamber, Orellis and Rose, for pulling this off. Thank you, guys.
And this entire event today has been taped, so we'll be able to have clips on YouTube, thanks to Andrew Shear of 5801 Production. So it was nice having you all here. Hope to see you all at another one of our events. Coming up, don't be a stranger. Thanks and have a great day.